is for kids only. This is for kids only. Esto solo es para niños.
OC Cal.
OC Cal.
OC Cal.
OC Cal.
OC Cal.
OC Cal.
Hey kids, it's your old pal OC Cal asking you to round up your grown-ups and bring them to this screen so they can see highlights from week number 1 of the 8-week Orange Police Citizen Academy classroom sessions. In this first episode, you will meet the new Orange City Police Chief and the dispatch supervisors, all in the hopes that your grown-ups will decide to sign up to attend the next entire 8-week course and come away smarter than they already are.
Why do we talk to kids only? Because you are our future.
Welcome to week number 1 of the 8-week Orange Police Citizens Academy course. I don't want to be the spoiler here, kids, so tell your grown-ups that these OPCA videos are not for delving into the details, but instead to provide an overview so they will catch the wave and sign up to be a face-to-face participant just like these folks next time the course rolls around. Also, so they can come away smarter than they already are. Speaking of smart, the event kicked off with a personal visit from our brand new Orange Police Chief Adam Jevick, who began his law enforcement career with the City of Orange Police 19 years ago, and who filled the position only 3 days before this meeting. After Chief Adam, there came a relentless, informative, eye-opening, enlightening parade of seasoned, top-level Orange Police veterans who touched on records processing, detective work, the robbery and homicide unit, special investigations, undercover, the motorcycle unit, 61 patrol officers, 3 K9 dogs, the SWAT team, public information channels, social media team, and the process of vetting, hiring, and training new recruits. After a brief break, the time came for the whole gang to stretch their legs and take a guided tour of the building, but not before these 2 dispatch shift supervisors got up in front of the class and hit us with some 911 incoming call numbers that were simply unbelievable. So unbelievable, in fact, that we will go ahead and share some of these details with you now. This is where it all happens, kids. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The Orange Police Department Communications Center receives an average 22,000 calls a month. That's an average of 750 incoming calls a day, or approximately 250,000 a year. But wait, there's more. Approximately 11,000 of these calls are 911 hang-ups, otherwise known as pocket dials, purse dials, and, well, you know. From there, the class was herded down the steps into a room of more screens where the folks in charge monitor the entire city 24/7. And a new program was explained to us where the license plates of every car coming and going in and out of the city is scanned and entered into a computer so that any of these vehicles are identified by witnesses of doing bad things. Those bad thing doers' vehicles' registration information is already on record before they do the bad thing. Well, that about wraps it up for week number 1, kids, but tell your grown-ups to stay tuned for highlights from week number 2.
This is for kids only. This is for kids only. This is for kids only.
OC Cal.
OC Cal.
OC Cal.
OC Cal.
OC Cal.
OC Cal.
In this second episode, Orange City traffic will be explored, including that historic and really dumb downtown circle Fountain Drive-Thru, along with a tour of the dreaded holding cells and an exciting motorcycle demonstration.
Why do we talk to kids only? Because your parents and your grown-ups have to listen to you.
Welcome to week number 2, kids, of the 8-week Orange Police Citizens Academy course, which concentrated primarily on what our city's finest told us was the number one complaint they receive, that being vehicular traffic, kids. And they taught us a lot about what our Orange Police do every day to help monitor, maintain, and mitigate traffic, to help keep us safe on our city surface streets and highways. In the classroom setting, they kicked things off by handing the podium over to this guy, Yash Patel, elite motorcycle officer, highest arresting officer not just in Orange or Orange County, but in the entire state of California, kids. So he was more qualified to tell us about some of the things the city does to reduce the odds of accidents happening in the first place, like road repairs, eliminating unsafe vehicles, overweight vehicles, broken taillights, and vehicles in the dead of night with their headlights off, like this one back in 2023, which drove right through our cherished Old Town Circle fountain, which has since been further protected with what they call bollards, kids. Bollards look like this. We were then taken on a walking tour where we witnessed a demonstration of the incredible capabilities of today's police motorcycle technology, including the ability of these big, heavy units to maintain their center of gravity, even when going as slow as 1 mile an hour, while still having the capability of reaching 135 miles per hour if necessary. We then received a tour of the jail, kids, where we were shown the keys to the cells and witnessed firsthand the sound of a cell door slamming, which was a memorable learning experience for all of us, to say the least. Really? Back in the classroom, this guy, DUI officer Josh Park, taught us about even more traffic mitigation tools of the trade, including high-tech incident reconstruction analysis in the form of ferro laser beam machines that can scan an accident site and help create an animation of the crash area, reconstructing the entire episode. We also learned about the human signs they look for to help stop, test, and identify impaired drivers in real time. One of those signs is what they called the eyes don't lie procedure. Well, they instructed the suspect, using their eyes only without moving their head, to follow the officer's pen or finger moving left to right. The officer checks to see if the normally smooth-moving pupils skip or stutter along. This is something the inebriated driver cannot hide. So chalk this one up to another huge learning experience for everyone involved. Well, that about wraps it up for week number 2, kids. Please tell your grown-ups to stay tuned for highlights from week number 3.
This is for kids only. This is for kids only. This is for kids only.
OC Cal. OC Cal. OC Cal. OC Cal. OC Cal. OC Cal.
In this third episode, you will learn about the secret life and times of our Orange City undercover cops, kids. And we will also ride along inside a real police vehicle with a view from the back seat.
Why do we talk to just kids only all this time? Because you still have an open mind.
Welcome to week number 3 of the 8-week Citizens Academy course, which started off teaching us about curbing drug dealers and gangs, kids. But after realizing our teachers were undercover cops who really should not be seen or recognized here, we quickly shifted to a subject that was also discussed during this session, that being what they call a ride-along, where, in this case, yours truly rode along with a patrolman in this patrol car. So let's learn about some of the great squad car tools of the trade that are built into these incredible vehicles to better serve and protect you and your grown-ups. The first squad car tool that our patrol officer wanted you to see is this computer that sits right next to him as he's driving. This is no ordinary laptop, kids. Instead, it's called a Mobile Data Terminal, or MDT. This is a life-saving, crime-stopping tool because it receives calls for service from the central dispatch room back at police headquarters and also notifies the officer to be on the lookout for any wrongdoings going on out there. It can show the officer a photo of a wanted person, the make, model, and license plate of a stolen car, and it even has an emergency button that alerts all the other police out there with a GPS locator should our officer be in a position where he needs help right away. Another cool squad car tool is this external spotlight that is operated from the inside by the officer's hand, so he can light up the night, kids, and more clearly see activities right there from his driver's seat. Because this is a special operations traffic vehicle, the red and blue lights that get the adrenaline pumping in your grown-ups, kids, are cleverly low designed instead of up high on top like in the old days. These lights are also hidden around the front grille and really can't be seen by speeding grown-ups until it's too late. Have you or your grown-ups ever ridden in the back seat of a squad car, kids? Well, depending on the circumstances, it could or could not be a fun experience. In this particular case, it was fun enough for OC Cal, but to be honest, it was not very comfortable because back there, the seats are made of really hard ABS plastic instead of comfy cushions. And there was this really thick safety glass barrier between the back and the front, and there were bars on the windows like you were in jail. We have been told this environment can be very conducive for motivating the rider to making deals with his or her maker, kids, while providing some quiet time and the opportunity for a little self-reflection and hopefully an epiphany or two in terms of where one's life is going and thoughts about maybe turning things around in an even more positive direction moving forward from there. Last but not least, this is a two-way radio, kids, a squad car tool that has been around forever, and nowadays the reach and efficiency of these radios are simply amazing. Well, that about wraps it up for week number 3, kids. Please tell your grown-ups to stay tuned for highlights from week number 4.
This is only for kids, so don't you worry, grown-ups, that the kids do it only. This is for kids only. It's for only kids.
OC Cal.
OC Cal.
OC Cal.
OC Cal.
OC Cal.
OC Cal.
In this 4th episode, you will learn about what is called less lethal weapons, kids, complete with real-world actual launcher and taser demonstrations.
Why do we communicate just with kids with these productions? Because it's easier for your grown-ups to understand.
Welcome to week number 4 of the 8-week Orange Police Citizens Academy course, kids, where the official theme of this session was actually dedicated to 2 different subjects, the first being use of force, and the second they called less lethal. OC Cal arrived super early on purpose so you can see for yourself the official photo identification badges waiting every week in the lobby, which were generated only after an extensive security check on each and every applicant. We then get our very own police escort into the inner sanctum where, in this particular case, this vacant but soon to be filled classroom was all set up and waiting for this guy, Sergeant Jude King, who started off by saying, "I'm the alarm clock of night and I'm here to wake you up." And boy, he did just that and then some, kids, while showing us video to help explain the main difference between use of force and less lethal. That being, use of force is considered the last resort and way more dangerous, while less lethal involves actions and supporting equipment designed to control a bad situation while minimizing harm to all parties involved. One technique that he teaches to new recruits he calls thorns and hooks, employing actual verbal commands as a less lethal tool where, depending on urgency of the situation, rather than screaming hostile, threatening orders, using calming comments to help gain enough trust to help make it easier to disarm them while lowering the risk of bodily harm for everyone involved. With the goal of using firearms and other use of force equipment as the absolute last resort. He then demonstrated examples of less lethal tools of the trade, including the use of items like tasers and something called a less lethal launcher. Class participants were then invited to actually operate these less lethal tools to get a better feel for what the officer in a situation like this has to deal with because, as our teacher told us, police officers are people too. Here are some examples.
Stole it, all right? So you're going to give him some back. Get on the ground, get on the ground.
Get on the ground, get on the ground.
I don't believe you. Tell him again. Get on the ground, get on the ground.
Get on the ground, get on the ground.
Stop, you're going to be tased.
Stop, you're going to be tased.
Taser ready, taser ready.
Taser ready, taser ready.
Finger on the trigger, watch your darts, and pull it. Hey, let's go. The other one is if I was doing the SWAT demo for you, that's the one that Chief was implying before, that I usually do the SWAT demo for everybody also. We bring it around a little bit, you'll see it pop up, and then you'll say, oh, there it is. Nope, it comes on. Lift your head a little higher. Shoulder, there you go, yeah. Oh!
Well, that about wraps it up for week number 4, kids. Please tell your grown-ups to stay tuned for highlights from week number 5.
This is for kids only.
This is for kids only.
This is for kids only.
OC Cal.
OC Cal.
OC Cal.
OC Cal.
OC Cal.
OC Cal.
In this 5th episode, you will learn about how our Orange Police are prepared to deal with what they call active killer situations. Heaven forbid, kids. And also learn about police bicycles.
Why do we talk to just the kids only? Because it's sarcastic, which is the lowest form of humor, and it's all I'm really capable of doing.
Welcome to week number 5 of the 8-week Orange Police Citizens Academy course, kids. The official OC-Cal name of this session is Bikes and Brave It, especially now in this upside-down world, but fear not, because we are about to feel way better when we learn about what's called broken window philosophy, where an unattended broken window leads to greater damage if not addressed then and there, or something like that. First, we got a very cool update about our Orange Police Bike Team, kids, and how one Orange Police Sergeant and 3 officers pedal and canvass a big town like Orange. Part of this update was the addition of 2 top-of-the-line e-bikes that allow officers to ride for longer times and distance without fatigue. The duties of these bike officers is to patrol the city, patrol city parks and recreation areas, identify code enforcement and neighborhood issues, community-oriented policing, community events, and collaborate with other units. The advantages are daylight hours visibility, quick and quiet night response, greater night density mobility, easier surveillance, ability to reach areas and terrain that patrol cars can't, and they are more approachable to the public. The next subject they presented, kids, dealt with our Orange Homeless, which included their HEART, H-E-A-R-T department, which works to develop relationships with the homeless, which benefits the community along with those in need out there. They identify homeless individuals who are mentally ill and or veterans and offer them shelter and mental health resources if appropriate. Wish we had more time to cover that subject, but after a brief break, our upside-down world was trying to sneak back into the room, kids. But we managed to set things straight just in time to meet these good professionals who talked to us about the realities of dealing with what they call an active killer, which is defined as one or more individuals actively engaged in killing or attempting to kill people in a populated area. This means all populated areas, including schools, kids, which brings us to the Brave It part of our Bikes and Brave It video title, where today's officers know and understand they are to risk their lives for you by running full speed in the direction of the shots fired with the intent of stopping the activity ASAP. They also showed us how to establish a crisis management team and implement a detailed safety plan. Finally, we learned about the run, hide, fight process during an active shooter incident. And again, I wish we had more time here, kids. So maybe we can turn this into a little mini series to dig a little deeper and bring you even more benefits going forward regarding these important subjects.
This is for kids only.
This is for kids only.
OC Cal.
OC Cal.
OC Cal.
OC Cal.
OC Cal.
OC Cal.
In this 6th episode, you will learn about crime scene investigation, kids, and how DNA plays a part. You will also learn how our Orange Police honor their fallen soldiers while protecting you in the line of duty. Why do we talk just to the kids in these productions? Because you are a faster learner.
Welcome to week number 6 of the 8-week Orange Police Citizens Academy course, kids. This meeting was again kicked off with a personal visit from our new Orange Police Chief, Adam Jevick, who told us about how last week he had the privilege of taking part in the 47th annual California Peace Officer Memorial Enrollment Ceremony held on the state capitol grounds. This reverent event honors California police officers who lost their lives in the line of duty over the past year, commemorates their ultimate sacrifice, and pays tribute to their families. The chief told us it was a powerful and moving reminder of the profound courage and dedication of those who serve and the lasting impact their loss has on loved ones and fellow officers. We then learned about CSI, kids. In this particular case, CSI stands for Crime Scene Investigation. Our teacher, in fact, was our very own Orange Police CSI Forensic Supervisor, who we decided should remain anonymous for this video just to stay on the safe side. A crime scene investigator is in charge of extracting every possible piece of evidence from a particular crime scene to help solve that case, kids. Common types of evidence found at a crime scene include biological material like blood or hair, fingerprints, fibers, paint chips, glass fragments, soil, and impression evidence such as shoe prints or tire tracks, and digital evidence like cell phone records or emails can also be critical. One of the most interesting statements he made was how the same crimes are committed over and over, kids, making identifying today's lawbreakers easier than ever. He then told us about forensic testing. Scientific tests are techniques used in connection with the detection of crime. These tests are performed on all the crime scene materials collected, which are delivered to a laboratory or department responsible for tests used in detection of crime. And while fingerprints are still considered the most reliable, a newer technique called DNA fingerprinting produces a unique visual representation of an individual's generic makeup. essentially a barcode of their DNA. It uses variations in DNA sequences, particularly short, repetitive sequences called mini-satellites, to create a pattern of bands that is distinct to each person. This technique is used in various applications, including forensics, paternity testing, and identifying individuals, especially the DNA left behind at a crime scene. Last but not least, we heard from this guy, kids, Detective Miguel Zamora, who filled us in on how the city deals with gangs, and guess what? We can't share this information here either. So you're just going to have to tell your grown-ups to enroll in this class to become smarter than they already are. Well, wish we had more time, but that about wraps it up for week number 6, kids. Please tell your grown-ups to stay tuned for highlights from week number 7.
This is only for kids only.
This is for kids only.
OC Cal.
OC Cal.
OC Cal.
OC Cal.
OC Cal.
OC Cal.
In this 7th episode, you will learn about special weapons and tactics teams that are on call 24/7, kids, right along with one of my favorite subjects, drones. Why do we communicate with kids only in these productions? Well, because we know you'll show it to your adults, and they are the ones, just like the Orange Police, who want to keep you safe and sound.
Welcome to week number 7 of the 8-week Orange Police Citizens Academy course, kids. This particular gathering was again kicked off with a personal visit from our new Orange Police Chief, Adam Jevick, who wasted no time introducing us to these 5 guys representing our Orange Police Special Weapons and Tactics Team, otherwise known as SWAT. A specialized unit within the Orange Police Department trained to handle high-risk situations that regular police officers are not equipped to manage. These situations could include hostage rescues, barricaded suspects, active shooter events, and high-risk search warrants, just to name a few. In this meeting, these 5 officers introduced, explained, and demonstrated all sorts of SWAT-related tools of the trade. Tools they employ to get the upper hand on the bad guys and help keep us safe. SWAT team members then led us out of the classroom, down the stairs, and out onto the secure parking area, where they demonstrated how a SWAT battering ram is used to breach locked and bolted doors that open in, and how that same battering ram can be used to force a SWAT pry tool into where a door opens out. Another SWAT tool of the trade is this Lenco Bearcat armored rescue vehicle based on a Ford F-550 Super Duty platform and sporting a powerful V10 engine, kids. These vehicles are designed to provide protection for officers and allow them to safely navigate and engage in high-risk scenarios. And navigate they did as they took us on a brief ride along, the likes of which we will never forget. Last but not least, kids, we then learned about one of the most useful tools these guys can rely on every day nowadays, and that's something they call unmanned aerial vehicles, and something us average citizens call drones. Simply put, a drone is an unmanned aircraft, a flying robot that can be remotely controlled or fly autonomously using software-controlled flight plans in its embedded systems. SWAT teams can use drones with cameras on them and fly them inside buildings to check for any bad guys in there before sending in humans. They can also use these same drones to fly over huge public Old Orange events during the Christmas season, parade celebrations, and the big Orange International Street Fair. Take a look to the left of this screen, kids, and you will see a video provided by Safe OC, reminding us to be aware of our surroundings while visiting all Orange events including our 250,000 attendee Orange International Street Fair. Notice how in the background they use a blue tinted video from an overhead drone. This shows you how our Orange SWAT team, along with undercover police walking around right there with you, are always on call, keeping a watchful eye. Well, that about wraps it up for week number 7, kids. Please tell your grown-ups to stay tuned for highlights from week number 8.
This is for kids only. This is for kids only.
This is for kids only.
OC Cal.
OC Cal.
OC Cal.
OC Cal.
OC Cal.
OC Cal.
In this final of the 8 videos, you will experience an up-close and personal visit with our Orange Canines, kids, otherwise known as police dogs. And then you'll witness the graduation ceremony with a visit from our Orange City Mayor. Why do we communicate with just the kids in these video productions? It's fun.
Welcome to week number 8 of the 8-week Orange Police Citizens Academy course, kids. Judging by the arithmetic here, I guess that means this is the last session of the season, making it also a graduation day. So arriving early, you can see the tables arranged in long rows as opposed to classroom style. Twice as many seats to accommodate guests of the students so they can share in the occasion right along with the City of Orange Mayor, our new police chief, and other high rankers, all lined up with graduation certificates being awarded and handshakes all around. Best of all, this was the session dedicated to our Orange Canine police dogs. And to use our time more efficiently, watch on the right of your screen here for a virtual parade of Orange police dogs past and present as we tell you all about it. Right from the get-go, we learned how several European countries are significant sources of canine dogs, kids, and how the City of Orange Police Department canine program began in 1981 with a total of 26 canines since the beginning and currently with 3 dogs. This is Canine Jax, born in 2022 and in service since 2024. This is Canine Nash, born in 2017 and in service since 2020. And this is Canine Wyatt, born in 2016 and in service since 2018. All 3 are available for mutual aid within Orange County or federal agencies, and they are trained for 3 disciplines, kids: patrol, narcotics, and firearms. This program has significantly reduced man hours, increasing officer safety, and helped in apprehension of criminals. We learned how dogs with floppy ears are known for their super strong sense of smell, while pointy-eared canines are known for their super strong apprehension abilities. Our teachers then showed us some of the specialty gear they use in the training process, and this gear costs money, kids, not to mention the dogs themselves, which is why our fundraising Orange Police Foundation exists, to help pay for all this and more. But I digress. Our teachers then showed us actual videos of Orange City canine dogs in action, kids, while telling us they are trained to grab and hold onto bad doers no matter what, all with the goal of saving lives, police lives, citizens' lives, and yes, even the lawbreakers' lives. These canine team officers then led us out of the classroom, down the stairs, and out into the secure parking area where they demonstrated the ability of these incredible animals. They actually released one of their capable canines right there in front of us, and we watched in awe as this beautiful animal took off like a rocket, zeroed in, and apprehended the target in seconds flat. Well, that about wraps it up for week number 8, kids, the final session of this 8-week eye-opening experience, culminating in a memorable graduation celebration and leaving everyone with a positive, lifelong impression that we were only too happy to be a part of. So tell your grown-ups to sign up for the next set of Academy sessions so they can also come away smarter than they already are.
When I say 3, okay? Literally, I love this. When I say 3, you want to say This is for kids only. You ready? 1, 2, 3.
This is for kids only.